Hello. Have you spent years not knowing how to symmetrically erase using the symmetrical line tool in Clip Studio Paint? Have you developed workarounds that work but just aren't quite what you need them to be? Well, do I have great news for you. I have discovered a way to finally erase with the eraser tool symmetrically on the symmetrical tool in Clip Studio Paint. So please follow along with this tutorial so that you don't end up like many other people. And by many other, I mean me. Let's get started. As you can see, I've been working on a comic book page right here for Cycles, our webcomic webtoon that you should go read just in case, you know, you are into that kind of thing. And so I want to create a sun up here that has like really cool, like radiant squiggly lines coming out of it, but I want it to be symmetrical. One of the ways that you can do this is to use the symmetrical tooler in Clip Studio Paint. You'll want to come over here and click on the ruler button, and then there's a whole bunch of rulers that you can choose from, but obviously we want the symmetrical ruler here. So click on that just in case you didn't have it already clicked on. What I do is I always just drop it onto the object. There's no really like clear reason to do that. I realized I just blew past something, and just in case you didn't know, let me get rid of this ruler really quickly just to show y'all. When you put a ruler down, if you want it to be straight up and down, you need to hold shift and then drag down, and then it creates it going straight up and down. And I believe you can do the same thing if you hold shift going horizontally as well, maybe even 45. Yeah, so it goes in 45 angle intervals, and so that's really nice. You can come up with like some pretty cool, like funky stuff. That's actually, I like that. Otherwise, you are just going to end up having free range here. And so from here, you see how it's not exactly lined up. It's pretty close, but it's not perfect, right? So what you want to do is, especially if you only have one object on the layer, this makes it really easy. You'll come over to your alignment and distribute panel, which I have set over here, and make sure the canvas selection is up here. Otherwise, it'll try to like do it to an object or the selection area or whatever else, right? So we want the canvas. I just go on ahead and align horizontal centers, bloop, and then align vertical centers here, bloop, and this will drop the circle to the canvas. What I do from there is I go on ahead, I hit V. I'm not sure if I changed that shortcut or not to that. If you don't have a shortcut for it, it's called the operation tool here, and you'll just select that and object. And you will want to click on this, go on ahead and do the same exact thing. You can horizontal align and vertical align, and look at that. It is perfectly aligned to the object. And so from there, I just grab it and drag it to where I had it. And now we are able to get started on our little sun guy here. For now, I'm going to just quickly make these little scribbles so that I can show you guys how to actually erase on a symmetrical ruler thingamabob. All right. And so let's go in here and let's just make these as crazy as I can make them. All right, so this is our sun squiggles. Look at that. Oops, I messed up. I need to erase something, but I want both sides to erase. But if you just go and try to erase, it doesn't erase on either side. And this plagued me for years. It plagued me so much that I just made a shortcut key to make it go down to this little guy right here, the little clear selection. And that's what I would use the whole time, just to be able to erase symmetrically. Now, this isn't a bad option. It certainly works. But when you're used to erasing and hitting this E key, it can sometimes be a little grating to have mastery over both shortcuts for doing the same thing, if you know what I mean. And so I finally figured out how to do this, all right? And it's hidden, and in my opinion, the wording doesn't make any sense at all to me, but you know what? Whatever. First of all, you're going to want to have your eraser tool selected, and then this will actually work, I believe, for all of your rulers that you have. For now, I'm just going to use the hard ruler to show you all. You are going to want to come down here and select a little subtool wrench looking thing. You're going to want to come all the way down here to the correction little slot. Then right here is this enable snapping option. Now, I like it to be on my tool property thing here so I can quickly switch in and out from it. Just in case if I don't want it to be something to be completely symmetrical, I can erase what I need to erase on one side, not the other, right? Makes sense. So just going ahead and click that. It pops up in your little tool property thing here. Really nifty, really cool. If you want to save this as default, you can. I did, just so that I would never lose it and forget about it. But completely up to you. You will want to come back down here and go on ahead and enable snapping. Okay? And now, magically, it will erase on both sides. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? No more crying myself to sleep. Not being able to figure out how to erase on a symmetrical ruler. Look at that. And again, this should theoretically work for everything. So because I'm on a vector layer, I can click the vector eraser here. I'll have to go because each one of these is customizable. And again, it has the enable snapping. Bloop. You can do that. You can add it. And then bloop, there they go. And that's another thing nice about the vector erase, might I add. If you want to keep seeing more content like that, plus art vlogs and convention vlogs and webcomic vlogs, feel free to hit that subscribe button down below. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have any suggestions for new videos in the future, please feel free to drop a comment down below. It could be tutorials or, I don't know, how do I draw something, or I don't know. The world is your oyster, as long as it's related to art in some degree, right? Right? Yeah. Until next time. Bye, y'all.